up, what up? Thom T here. Sunday morning, woke up this morning, flushed a couple toilets we did, run some water, and then, of course, there's no water Sunday morning. So, very low water pressure. Had to figure out what the problem is. Let's head to the well. All right, came to the well. Before I do anything with the well, I disconnect the fuse there. I also make sure I shut the fuse off there. The well is the top right. Well is off. Came down here. Took off the little pressure switch cover. You can see my pressure's down and it didn't turn on, so I shut everything off. I take this off and I peek at the pressure switch. And when I look at the pressure switch, these 4 connections should all be made for this thing to work, and they're not. This one's a little spring in the back of this. You can see this little plate here is supposed to be solid like that one. And it's loose, floppy, worn out. Like any mechanical device, it has a limited life. Like everybody has a limited life. But the mechanical device only has so many uses. And this one's been used up. So we got to replace this pressure switch. So to do that, I got obviously the power's off, my pressure's down. I'm going to drain this tank out through this little boiler drain here into my sump pump, so I can remove this pressure switch. What I'm going to do first is label these wires before I take them off. And I'll do that in a second. Alright, use the handy dandy masking tape. Got these wires labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember how that goes on using my handy dandy masking tape. Same stuff I use to put on top loaders and stuff. Thom T collecting. I do some sports cards and stuff, but I use that masking tape. Anyway, works good to label stuff. I got my wires labeled. We're going to connect the hose to this, get this drained out. This little nut under here. We'll take the wires off, take that nut off, and I'll do another video in a second. Alright, we got the hose on the drain. You can hear it draining into the sump pump. Well, that's draining out. Screwdriver. Oh, my knees. Wow. Should get nice. Oh, there goes the sump pump going off. Hear that noise. So I got these labeled. Again, fuses are out. Fuse box is off. Take these off here. I don't think I can rebuild this, but it's only a $20 switch, so rebuilding it's not really a feasible solution. All this stuff loose here. Wires are labeled. Take these off. Oh, that one broke. Guess that one was coming off easy, huh? 2, 3, 4. Alright. Forgot to tell you to disconnect the grounds. I already got the one off the one side, and then you got to take off these little conduit nuts there to get the whole thing out. Like so. We'll do another one. Alright, got the old switch off. It was a Pump Troll 3050 switch. You want to replace it with the same switch you had on there. 3050 means it comes on when it gets to 30 pounds, it goes off when it gets to 50. So we got the new switch and we'll get it on. See, now that we have this disconnected, you can see a little better the springs in here. when this thing pulls back, it's supposed to disconnect. You see that one's just staying on there, and you can see some carbon scoring on there. And then this one on this side is just broken. It's just hanging down there loose. You can see that or not. Definitely need to be replaced. I got some pressure treated lumber for my next project, but alright, new shiny switch installed. This one works right. Again, power still off. Let's get this wired up. Conduit nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I already got the grounds back on. Again, when you wind these, when you go to put them on, the screw turns clockwise when you tighten it, so you want to put these on bending clockwise as well, so when you tighten them, it doesn't push them back out, it pulls them in. Okay, new switch is in, numbers all match, everything's tight. Now what we're going to do is put our fuse back in. It's still off at the electric panel, and hopefully come over here and switch this back on, and the water comes on. Here it goes. We'll build up some pressure. It's going to take a little while. I'm also going to check the pressure on my pressure tank again. Should be about 3 to 5 pounds below the turn-on temperature, which is at 30 pounds. It'll come on at 30, it'll go off at 50 supposedly. Well, it went a little higher, but I'm okay with that. 30, 50. So I'm going to check this pressure next. Right on the top of your well tank there's a little snifter valve. And this should be 3 to 5 pounds below 30 pounds. So 25 to 27 pounds is what we want in this little tank here. I'll check that in a second. Alright, turn some water on. Test this out. And it's more like 30, 35, or 30, it's more like, you know, it's going down because I still have the water on. It's set up more like 32, 52, I guess, but it seems to be doing its job. You'll see these little contacts aren't contacted. When the water comes on, those will snap shut and connect all those, and it turns power onto the well. A little pressure gauge, the pressure switch sets it, which is what those little nuts are at the top with the springs. You can set your pressures using that. When this thing comes on, you see those snap shut, and then it goes off. That's how it should work. Alright, I checked my pressure in here. Make sure it wasn't leaking after I did it. I checked my pressure in here, and it was actually 30 pounds, which I'm fine with, since the switch was more like 32 pounds. And I wrote the date on the side, so I know when I installed it. Just something I do. Bring it full circle. Water works. I gotta turn the hot water heater back on. The water heater, not hot water heater. You don't heat hot water. It's a water heater. Project complete. See ya.